Republicans are laughing all the way to Election Day. They have not had to cast one bloody vote which shows us where they're at, and we've got to change that.
To that point from Senator Bernie Sanders, a new NBC poll shows a distinct disadvantage for Democrats heading into the midterms. Republicans have a double-digit lead on enthusiasm, 61% to 47% for Democrats. With us tonight, Symone Sanders, former chief spokesperson for the vice president. She will be hosting an upcoming show here on MSNBC and on our streaming channel, The Choice on Peacock. And Susan Del Percio, MSNBC political analyst and a veteran political strategist. Thank you both for joining me. Susan, let me start with you. What is your reaction to that NBC poll? Midterm elections have traditionally had low turnout. This one is pretty vital. How do you get Democrats to get excited?
Well, first, let me start off with, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I agree with Bernie Sanders. Republicans are laughing all the way because they haven't had to take a vote. The way Democrats start changing the environment is by taking votes that they can win. So it could be small ball. It could be insulin capped at $35, which was in Build Back Better. It can be universal pre-K. There's a lot of different votes that they can take and get Republicans on the record. I would put a $15 minimum wage for those Republicans who like to fancy themselves progressives. That's how they start at least getting their base more motivated, by seeing them do something. Because right now, it's like gloom and doom. It's written in the stone. It's not written in stone. Yes, it's our history of always turning the House over, not always, but almost always, party against the party that's in the White House. But there's room and time here.
Well, room and time. Symone, do you agree with that? And I've got to ask, Kamala Harris is not just your former boss. Bernie Sanders is a former boss of yours. Do you agree with the senator there that breaking this thing up, making the Republicans and Joe Manchin and Kirsten Sinema vote on the price of insulin, vote on universal pre-K, vote on climate change, is that the way forward to saving Democrat seats come the midterms?
I have worked for a lot of people, Maddie. Look, I agree with the good senator from Vermont, and I also agree with parts of what Susan said. Look, the reality here is, first and foremost, the sky is not falling. Polls go up and down, and polls are a snapshot about how pieces of the electorate feel at that given time. There is still time here. I would also note that Democrats have put forward ideas. They put forward legislation, but in the Senate particularly, it has been blocked by Republicans who have been unwilling to let some of these bills come to the floor for debate. We talked a lot about voting rights over the last couple of weeks, and we'll continue to do so here on this network because it will be in the news. Well, the reason that Democrats were even able to bring the voting rights piece of bills, the Freedom to Vote Act and the John Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Act to the floor was because Leader Schumer had to go around using some of these archaic Senate rules to get the bills on the floor because Republicans had blocked debate. So I say all this to say that Democrats, they have been working and fighting. What you heard from Senator Sanders over this weekend is the suggestion that they have to get a little more crafty, and I absolutely do agree. But there's still time, and this administration has something to run on. One last point I would note is this, that we talk a lot about midterm elections and whatnot. Midterm elections are November 2022, and I worked a governor's race in 2014 in a red state for a Democrat. And in 2014, you could not utter the words healthcare, you couldn't utter the words President Obama, and it's very different this year. Democrats across the country, they have something to run on. The bipartisan infrastructure law, the American Rescue Plan, the progress that this administration has made. Yes, there are some real challenges confronting this administration when it comes to inflation, when it comes to the pandemic. But Democrats still want the president and vice president in their district, and I think that's cause for pause here.
And Susan, you